on to video vlog. Show you where I'm out for a walk. This view, I don't know, it's just absolutely beautiful from my perspective. Hopefully from the cameras as well. It's so weird. I want to say, I suppose I'm in the vortex, and that's not normally what you say when you're in the vortex. You know you are. But I'm going through a very fascinating and interesting expansion, and in it, I'm just noticing something, and in it, wow, I'm like at a loss for words. As some of you may know from the little that I have posted, mostly on my website, I've been really moved by Abraham's video teaching called DeCoNSTRuCTiNG, What Really Matters. That video that was posted on YouTube, and it's been with me for about 2 days that I just am not ready to move on to the next thing. I actually took that, we gotta change hands, took that video audio from YouTube and listened to it over the last day and a half again, and paused it and transcribed the whole second half of it, and really kept pausing and listening and transcribing and stopping and doing other things in between that I did feel guided to do. But I really wanted to I guess I just felt inspired to take it slow and to take my time and really experience deconstructing what really mattered to me. And boy, have I ever. I've also followed my guidance and lined up with some things that, of course, supported and complemented that experience. One of them being the movie Incendiary, which had a profound effect on me, and I definitely took the time and heard and saw the connection between what I'm experiencing in that movie. In that movie, the main character experiences of quite a radical experience where basically she loses eventually all hope and everything that matters to her, what really matters to her. And then it's her experience of rebuilding, of reconstructing from that place of complete deconstructing what matters to her. And so, of course, it's perfect. And you know who are watching this, listening to this, how this works. I didn't purposely pick out that movie from my logical mind, knowing that there would be that connection. In fact, I had no idea. I didn't know why I was drawn to the movie. All I got was the name Ewan McGregor, and I started looking for what movies he was in that were available, that I had access to in instant play on Netflix or Hulu. And I ended up watching it, and I really wasn't even, it's a very depressing movie. So I wanted to make sure that I was actually really being guided to watch it, and I was. And I'm certain that I was. And I actually today went back and watched the very end, or not the very end, but the part where the main character has that pivotal point of turning and thinking, and that awareness of reconstructing a purpose of what really does matter to her after having everything deconstructed. And what's brilliant is that I'm experiencing this same experience, to a degree, of course. I've been experiencing that, you know, for many, many times, but at a broader awareness without having to go through those things and physical things that take away everything from you that matters. So what that movie Incendiary showed me, I went back and I felt guided to ask this question: what turned things around for this main character of this movie? How did she go from wanting to give up on life completely to a resolution of that in the end? And I thought about it, I felt into it, I asked, then I felt guided to go back and watch that part again. And what it was that she either imagined or hallucinated or felt whatever, you know, not quite sure, but she imagined something. She saw life through the eyes of a child. I believe, through the source perspective. She saw her child and his father, who she had, that had died. She saw them again, and I know I'm ruining the movie for whoever hasn't seen it, but I don't, I'm just going to say it. Anyways, she saw them, and they were, and herself actually, her previous past self. She got to relive the experience and see it through this perspective. They were in front of this monument in a town, I think in London, which had been, there was a monument, a historical monument built to this great bombing experience, that to all these people who had croaked in this bombing, and how the town had burnt down. It went up in cinders, right? Incendiary. And the little boy and his father were standing in front of the monument, and the father was explaining the monument and the history to his son. His son's about 4 years old, 5 years old. And his son repeats what he says, that the whole town went up in like a blaze of glory, you know, something like that. And you know how the child saw it as kind of cool, actually. Not saw it, but, you know, experienced saying that. Like, wow, how cool is that, you know? And then the son asked the father, and then what happened? And I thought it was interesting how, like, this is kind of what we try to, I think, shelter children from the pain of you know, terrible tragedies. And so he says to the little boy, well, we took a deep breath and put on a tea kettle and got on with things. And the little boy was happy with that explanation, and the father was happy, and the mother, with how simple and easy that went, and how, you know, little kids don't need to remember that history and learn from it. We think they do later on, but we think it's great to shelter them when they're little. And the little boy was just so happy, and the family was just so happy to move on, to go ahead and to play. And matter of fact, it gave him, you know how like little boys love to play dangerous type things, you know? They like to they're full of life and energy and power. And yeah, they have like a little engine within them that says, oh, I just want more. I want to experience on the edgeness, you know? And that's the kind of spirit that this little boy had, and what this movie portrayed. And this is what the mother saw. She saw that for herself in her experience of, even though she had, you know, lost her son and her husband to the other side. They had died. And it was a tragic, of course, experience that, hold on, that it was time to see it as time to take a deep breath and put the tea kettle on and to live life, to move on, to rebuild to what now is important. You know, to have a whole new perspective. That's what, there was some other analogies in the movie that spoke exactly to this, about how when everything that you think that's mattered is stripped away, it gives you a whole new perspective as to what really is important. And that's what I'm experiencing. And we're all experiencing this on this journey of awareness. But we're experiencing that all the things that we were conditioned by the grown-ups, by the parents, by society, by religion, by whatever, even movies, that said that life was about all these things that we should do or ought to do or ought to be, that really we're making it all up. And so it's really not that it matters, and that we get to define how we want to experience ourselves in this life, and we get to choose what matters to us, what interests and stimulates and excites us, free from everyone else's opinion, free from what we were taught or told was some kind of obligation or of some importance or value. We really just are free to decide that for ourselves and to experience ourselves any way we choose. And just like a child, we get to play, and we don't have to be all serious and have something be so important and that it takes away our joy of just playing, like my puppy right now. Who's just so happy she took a dump. Oh yeah, oh crazy dog. Oh, she's got to play on. And maybe I'm going to get my play on again soon here too. There she goes, there she goes. She's got her leash. It's good to hear myself laugh again. My dog is like going, damn it, play! Play, human, play! Quit being so fucking serious. Isn't it me who matters? Isn't it me? Me who's got the leash? The other end of the leash? Why don't you construct that? Woo! Oh, yeah. Bye.